Hello, people. Forgive me if my eyes are not there, but there and there. Your chat, your comments, Liverpool Twitter, and the Liverpool space has been in a bit of a meltdown, hasn't it, for the last couple of hours? But the talk is Florian Wirtz is not. I repeat, not in the title race. Yeah, we're not in the title race because we're 4 points behind, but plenty of games to go yet. But that is for the 4 o'clock show when I'll be joined by Ben. Junior is 50-50 at the moment. He's on the bog. He's got the shits. But many Liverpool fans have got the shits as well about the lineup. And forgive me, like I said, if my eyes are on my phone. If I get anything, if there's a new rumour in the next 15 to 25 minutes, we will discuss it. We will let you know. But the talk at the moment is that Florian Wirtz is not in the starting lineup, and if I'm honest, I'm absolutely gutted, because if you're not going to play him against Chelsea, if you're not going to play him against Everton, if you're not going to play him against Man United at home, then when are you going to play him? Yeah, he's not a 30 million signing. He's not a 50 million signing. He's a 120 million signing. So I'm gutted. But Arne Slot, he's the manager. He's the guy. The buck stops with him, and he's making the decision today. And if he feels McAllister, Szoboszlai, and Ryan Gravenberch is the midfield to go with and get him 3 points, then we must remain patient and make that call in the 90 minutes. But I'm not afraid to say I think Florian Wirtz is the man to go with today. But it feels like the manager was making comments, wasn't he, about what's the link between Florian Wirtz in the number 10 role and Salah, and he was quite defensive when he got asked that question. And I don't really believe the manager when he talks about if there isn't a link between the number 10 and the position of Salah. There is, in my opinion, a link between the number 10 and Salah's position. If you want Salah cheating, then he probably feels, and this is the reason why he's going with Dominic Szoboszlai in the number 10 position to cover Salah. He feels like he cannot Salah will put more of a shift in. Let's make no mistake about that. We talk about the Salah position, he's cheating, it's a trade-off. I get it. But just like last season, where we won the league in big games, and Man United, as shit as they are, is still a big game. And their structure and their shape naturally will trouble us. So naturally, like I said, Salah will put a bigger shift in. And you'll see him even on the halfway line tracking back and trying to make up a bit of space when you're tracking the wing back if Liverpool are not going full back to full back. But more importantly, the number 10 will be doing a lot of that. We can expect Man United to come up with something similar compared to last year, where their number 10 goes out there. They've got the natural wing back holding width on the halfway line, so Liverpool have to make a decision. And he feels if Dominic Szoboszlai is starting, then he can track back and shuttle across into those right back, right wing positions as well, and then support on the ball because he's got the stamina, he's got the legs. That is the thinking behind it. But what about when Man United are in a settled shape? Because it will be a low block. It will be a low block. Their press is always aggressive, but there's plenty of gaps and plenty of pockets to pick up when we've got the ball, and we should have a lot more of the ball. And I feel like I'm disappointed, and as a lot of you are in the chat as well, and it's popping off. I can't. It's probably the busiest I've seen the chat since I think it was the Arsenal game. Where let me just quickly go on my phone as well. So do apologize, people. I'm just trying to. I don't want to listen to myself. I'll put it in silent. But let me know what you guys think. Let's bring some. Is Gakpo starting? I believe Gakpo is starting. I believe Liverpool are unchanged from the Chelsea game. That's what the talk is. So that would mean Bradley at right back, Kanate, Verge, Kirkes, and the three in midfield in Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, McAllister, Isak, and Salah, and Cody Gakpo. And a lot of people wanting Wirtz on the left hand side. A lot of people have been wanting Federico Chiesa on the left-hand side. And this is probably the reason why Liverpool are wobbly this season. Yeah, I've not checked the table since yesterday as well, but before this week's fixtures, we were sitting 1 point behind Arsenal, and we could still be sitting at 1 point behind Arsenal at 6:30 in the evening. But there have been wobbly performances. Everton first half, Atletico Madrid first half. There have been some really good performances. 20-30 minutes against Newcastle as well. We look decent. But there's been plenty of moments where Liverpool have suffered and looked open as well. So, yeah, man, I'm not going to lie. I really wanted to see Florian Wirtz play football today. Yes, he might come on when the game is a bit stretched, a bit more open as well, and he'll get the naturally a bit more space. But let me know what you think of the lineup. Let's go quickly through your comments. There's one guy saying Slot actually has to go. Come on, people. I called Slot a genius last year. I've been going at the manager for the last 2-3 months and questioned his tactics and his philosophy and not being aggressive enough in the press. But come on, this is just way, way too much. How can you say as manager has to go when we're only 1 point in theory? We've got a game in hand, yes, I know it's 4 points right now, but at 6:30 we could only be 1 point behind Arsenal. So I understand your frustration, but I don't think that's fair. Selection in Slot, I trust 100%, and you have to give the manager the 90 minutes. Yes, if we don't get the 3 points today, I will be going for the manager 100%, because I feel like the main reason why we will not get 3 points if we don't is we won't learn from the same mistakes that we've made over the course of the last 12 months, in particular with these fixtures. I believe Maresca did a Slot twice, even though we won the game last year at Anfield in Chelsea. The manager admitted himself that Chelsea were the better team many times in the press conferences last year after the game, and I believe that Maresca did Arne Slot in terms of the tactical battle again this year, in terms of the extra man in midfield and creating those central overloads. So I believe if Liverpool don't learn from the mistakes that we made against United last season, where we made United look a lot better than they are, it'll be due to the similar mistakes that we made last year. But you have to wait, and we have to wait, because the team might mean that Florian Wirtz is not starting, but these performances, in particular McAllister, might turn up today, and we hope that he does turn up. And if he does, then you have to take your hat off to the manager and saying it was a risky ploy, where you, again, for the third big game of the season, you're not starting your second most expensive signing this summer, Florian Wirtz. At the time, as we know, it was the British record broken. So it is a massive call, regardless of who's coming in for him. No Ekitike is so crazy. A lot of people have been putting Ekitike into the team. I understand that, but I just can't see Ekitike starting on the left-hand side, people. And I don't think we're there yet, where we're starting playing 4-4-2 from a settled shape, where Salah is a proper winger and he has to act like a proper winger, where he has to start on the halfway line. I just think that is way too much change for a team that is only 1 point behind the league leaders. Yeah, I can see the frustration, because Ekitike, like I said in a couple of days ago, he has been one of our best players, or if not the best player this season, and it's harsh, and I'm reluctantly putting him on the bench. But you have to understand who's coming in. It's Alexander Isak, and the only reason why we've been faced with this situation is because he hadn't trained for 3 months, and we had to. The aim of the game from day one, when it comes to Isak's situation, was to get him fit. And now, like the manager publicly has made it official that Alexander Isak, it's fair to judge him now, and because he's had 5-6 weeks of pre-season, and now it's okay to judge him because he's fully up to fitness. Marcus says he wants Ekitike because he's better than Isak, in my opinion. I'm not there, Marcus, but I just feel like if you're starting playing two up top, I believe one of the main biggest core problems for Liverpool is finding those creators, finding the likes of Florian Wirtz, finding the likes of Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah got involved the most this season at the during the Atletico Madrid game, and we saw the best of Mohamed Salah. He scored a cracker, but he was more involved, and the ball was coming to him. But especially first half, and I believe if you start playing two up top, yeah, it looks good on paper, and you've got massive goal threat, and these guys are brilliant footballers where they come to short to feet and can connect between themselves and their teammates. But you have to understand the main core of the problem is getting the ball up to those creators. So if we can't get the ball to our creators who pick up in theory deeper positions than the strikers in Florian Wirtz and Mohamed Salah compared to the two big lads up top, then how are we going to find the service to the two big lads? We have to find anything that we play. We have to make sure we find the service to them first and foremost. But I don't think you will see that. You may see it when Mohamed Salah goes to AFCON, and we may put to a Szoboszlai on the right wing. We may let Kirkes go a lot higher, and we may just shift the shape a bit to make sure those guys are getting plenty of ball inside the box as well as outside it as well. But yeah, look, I can understand it. But my frustration more when it comes to the left wing is not Ekitike's on the bench and he's not starting on the left wing. I'm from day one, and I got abuse and I got a heavy criticism for it, that Liverpool having Gakpo and Rio is not good enough on the left wing. And you can tell me Florian Wirtz can play there, Ekitike can do a job there. That's fine. But I'm not there. I'm not of the same opinion. If you buy £160 million number 10, I want him to play as a focal point of the team, find the central pockets and give him the license to roam around. But the way we play, and you looked at the example of the first half against Palace and the second half against Palace, it was chalk and cheese, where we played what we used to. Our wingers tried to run at the fullbacks, and the 4-3-3 is what we know. And if you go back to the Palace game and you want Liverpool to change shape and all that sort of stuff, then expect a good month and a half from massive teething problems. There's no overnight fix on the ball, people. There is no overnight fix. It's because I believe the foundations to construct attacks against the very good teams, the top 10 teams in the Premier League, aren't there. And we have to risk, Bradley, going into those channels where if we lose the ball, we look a lot more open. And some people are saying Florian Wirtz, Avi's been mentioning it on the show, that if you're going to play Florian Wirtz, then you have to have a soul destroyer in midfield. I get that point, but we're Liverpool Football Club. We're not Crystal Palace. We're not Sunderland. We're not a counter-attacking team. That's what I'm trying to get at. We're a possession-based, high sustain attacks going forward, where we pin the opposition and we go attack after attack. And when you do have that philosophy, and when you're there, there or thereabouts, year in, year out in the league table, you need a destroyer, if you can have a destroyer, but you need a progressive destroyer. You need a ball winner as well. So, I don't, there's no fix where you can just go get. I've heard the name Palhinha be mentioned. He's playing well for Tottenham. We needed him. Palhinha, for me, is not good enough the ball. And if you're going to play against low blocks, which the manager has been talking about, then you need a progressive number 6, a Rodri, a Zubimendi. But then, the Arsenals, they make it up because they've got physicality with 3 centre-backs and Timber. And then they've got the likes of Declan Rice and Odegaard, who's a 10, but you can also do the Bernardo Silva role, where you can come and be tenacious and you can be really intense and physical in different ways. You don't have to be big and strong to be physical. You can be physical in many, many ways. And Odegaard is that. Yes, there is criticism where he doesn't find the pockets of space more than natural number 10s. That is that. But I think that's a natural tendency where he comes deep. But when it comes to defensive actions, it suits him. So there is so many little problems with Liverpool that are just brewing up. And that is the problem. But my first, let me just quickly check my phone, people. my first thought process since the first game I saw Liverpool this season against Preston, and the guys who watch us on a weekly basis will have heard me already that the foundations are not there. The whole right side of the defence, for me, against a man-to-man press, cannot construct and pass it around an aggressive press, and that is where Liverpool have come unstuck. The manager has been talking about it for the last 2 weeks. I've been talking about it for the 6 months, where Liverpool, against a good team when they're aggressive, they struggle without someone like Trent, and that is the reason why Margehi was so important. But look, I don't want to make it. I already probably have made it into a bit of a meltdown. But I want to stick to today's game. The official lineup will be out in about 10 minutes or so. What do you think Man United will go with today? Because I think a lot of, I do have, believe it or not, a lot of Man United friends. And they think that he's going to go with Euro, De Ligt and Shaw as the 3 centre-backs. Dalot and Dogu as the right, left and right wing-backs. It'll be interesting to see. Excuse me. I've not had my fish and chips yet and I'm burping them. Just got another message there. Unchanged. Gutted for words. Yeah. Oh, Lethan says Casemiro and Ugarte are confirmed. So he's playing Fernandez in the number 10 then, as the left-sided 10. That's interesting. So Mount probably won't play then. Oh, I knew Ugarte is going to play. He played well last year. He's going to be the dog in midfield. Casemiro is good on the ball. He doesn't have the legs. Liverpool need to target him. We targeted him at Old Trafford, where Szoboszlai was playing the left half 10. A lot of the times you saw Szoboszlai occupy those right half space, connect with who was it on the day? Mohamed Salah, of course. But Arne Slot made a very, very subtle change on that day, where he played McAllister deeper, Gravenberch as the right-sided double pivot, but let him get the freedom, which you'll probably see today as well. And then Dominic Szoboszlai was targeting the space behind Casemiro, either giving him the thought process of, are you going to follow me into these areas, or are you going to mark space? And if he did, it made the central space a lot more open. So yeah, Tommy's messaged me. What's he saying? Go on, Tommy. There we are. That's my book. My tactical book. There we are. Shout out to Nasim Al Wasl. Okay, look, where are we at? Anyway, Ben's on his way. Look at this. This is what you call loyalty. This is what you call commitment. Yes, the boys, smash the likes and subscribe. Reds are unchanged. Ben, he's probably stuck in the wet and windy M62, but get here, mate. We're missing you already. And that's it. I don't know how we're going to do it today, because if Junior doesn't come here, Lamu, how are we going to do it? Are we going to have this camera? Are we going to change the table? How are we going to do it? That one, yeah? Okay. Where are we at? And then if Lethan is correct, I don't know how it's been confirmed. It's only 3:10. But okay, let's go with that. If Bruno Fernandes, he's concerned obviously with Bruno Fernandes occupying those spaces. In theory, he'll have to do a lot more defending compared to what he's used to. If he doesn't face a team like Liverpool. So let's see what happens. Actually, you know what, Ben? I thought that's Ben Mullane. It's Ben. It's Ben B, man. Big up Ben. I don't know if he's in the country or is he still in Dubai. I don't know, but wherever he is, he'll be biting his nails. There's some. Go over to Red and Alive, people. A great channel. I watch them often. Ben and the guys are doing a great job. So head over to Red and Alive and give them a follow. Giannis with a super chat. How about Szoboszlai left wing to cover for Kirkes bombing up the left? No Gakpo, but Salah, Ekitike, Isak, and Wirtz. Fit Wirtz next to Gravenberch in the midfield. So how does that work? So you've got on paper, you've got Szoboszlai, you've got Isak, and but Salah, Ekitike. How are you fitting? No Gakpo. Okay, so Szoboszlai takes his place. But Salah, Ekitike, Isak, and Wirtz. I don't know how you're gonna do that. I want to do justice to your super chat, but I'm not getting that formation, Giannis. Big up Giannis, man. By the way, he's always supporting the channel. But if you just wanted a like for like replacement for Szoboszlai for Gakpo, I think it works when you're facing a side where you have to suffer a bit and you're playing effectively an extra midfielder. The similar scenario to when you play Wirtz on the left-hand side. But against, generally, even though from our keeper, Man United today will be man-to-man. In their settled shape, there'll be a 5-3-2, there'll be a 5-4-1 at times if we really pin them in. And then I believe Szoboszlai, yes, it allows Wirtz to fly down that side, but I generally believe if you're facing a low block, I would rather the winger to run at to the opposition's right back rather than the left back running. The left back is better getting involved as the third man runs and underlapping, overlapping. Yes, the support is needed even against a low block, but just take yourself back to the Palace game and the first half and the second half where it was chalk and cheese, like I said earlier, where Gakpo looked a lot better. Liverpool as a collective looked better because we knew what we were doing, and it was a shape that exactly, what we're used to. So let's see what happens. But I'm all up for Kirkes getting involved a lot more. But I just think our right side, Kirkes gets away with it to an extent because Verge is on his side. But the right side, I believe the footballing side, the technical level, is a total breakdown in Konate and Bradley, or Konate and Frimpong. So there's no solidity there in terms of the technical level. And look, if people are saying Gakpo is useless, Gakpo's not good enough, I have always been an advocate for Liverpool not replacing and bringing in a left winger, a proper touchline winger. There was some doubt for me sometimes where Diaz was too predictable. 100%. I've always been a critic of him in that sense where his output can be questionable. But yes, last year he was brilliant. And although I've always said Gakpo and Diaz are not elite, but them together, using one at home, using the other a lot more in away games, I thought it worked a treat. And just like last season, they got the output, they worked off each other. One of the biggest problems, I also believe, is the psychology of Cody Gakpo, where he knew last season that Diaz is my ass and I need to perform. And 2 games if I don't perform, 1 game if I don't perform, the scrutiny will be there. Now he's looking at Rio not even in the squad most of the time. So where's the motivation? Where's the drive? So yeah, left wing for me has always been a problem. Liverpool fans, rightly so, were really excited last season, this summer, about Ekitike and Isak. But I think for me, they're both number 9s. And in a 4-3-3, generally speaking, you can fit them in on paper, but the balance for me won't be there at the moment. Ekitike could develop into a proper winger as well. He's got the ability, but I feel like he's better coming from central positions and then floating around and connecting. And whether you put him in a 2 position, as a 2 up front, then you have to change the whole system. And whether we do that right now, let's be honest. Team news is in, people. Yeah, Wirtz is on the bench. Van Dijk, Konate, Kirkes, Szoboszlai, Isak, McAllister, Salah, Bradley, Gakpo, and Gravenberch. So Liverpool confirmed are not are unchanged from the Chelsea game. Dominic Szoboszlai takes his place as the number 10. Isak up top. McAllister comes back in. Well, he doesn't come back in. from the Chelsea game, but it's unchanged. Bradley, the big right back role today. Cody Gakpo starts. Ryan Gravenberch, and Mohamed Salah out wide. Our bench: Woodman, Gomez, Wirtz, Chiesa. Good to see him on the bench. Jones, Ekitike, Robertson, Frimpong, and Rio Angamoa. So plenty of options there on the bench, you have to say. Plenty of options, plenty of game-changing options. Ekitike, Chiesa, Wirtz, and then you've got defensive options as well in Robertson, Frimpong, even though they're not much defensive options, but on paper they are anyway. And Gomez, of course. And Rio, we hope Rio doesn't need to come on. If Rio needs to come on today around the 60th minute, or Chiesa, we're crying out for Chiesa after the first half. We want Chiesa to come on straight on the 45th minute. That means it's a problem. That means it's a problem. Hopefully we get a first half performance that we saw against Atletico Madrid and Everton. But it's official, people. No Ugarte. Let me just quickly go to the United. Where would they put it up? Are you doing it now? Yeah, are you doing it now? Let me just quickly go to United. If someone can put the Man United team in the chat, that would be good, please. No Ugarte, which it's good news. He's the soul destroyer. If in theory, Liverpool. Are you ready? Yeah. Put it up, Lemu. There we are. Lemu's on it today. Lemens, Dalot, Dele, Maguire. So who's you in for? Euro then, isn't he? Okay, Dele is probably the right-sided centre-back. Maguire the middle. And then where's Shaw? Is Shaw there? Oh, Konya. Ahmad. That looks like an attack. He's gone. He's gone. Dalot as the left-sided wing-back. There is no Dogu on there. No Dogu. Thanks, Lethan. Thanks. No Dogu. So he's played Ahmad as the right wing back. How's he playing this? Let me check it. Konya is... Where's Sesko? No Sesko. So Konya is playing up top. Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes will be the double pivot. Mount, left-sided 10. And Buemo, right-sided 10. And Konya up top. Okay. Wow. Let me know what you think, people, of the Man United lineup. It looks like he hasn't gone for Sesko because he feels like he won't have the control in this game. So he's putting Konya up top, who will pick up those pockets, come into midfield and carry the ball and protect the ball as well and connect with it. Because one thing Konya can do is hold the ball up. He's a good footballer. And I saw him against Liverpool at Anfield last season, where was it 2-1 on the day? I think it was 2-1 on the day. We were comfortable, but they kept on coming in the second half, and Konya scored a cracking goal, which I was right behind that last season with his left foot. I think it went off the post, but it was a cracking finish, and it wasn't just the only good thing that he did that day. He was a constant menace, and just like Mr. Moses says, Konya played well against us, to be fair. And this is the thought process of Amorim. You can see that he wants goal threat, but he also wants control. He feels like if Sesko plays, they have to give him the environment to really excel. He hasn't got the technical ability of someone like Konya, so you can see the thought process. And if you're going to go for a bit more control, then you've got the likes of Ahmad playing. So it looks like Dele, Maguire and Shaw are the three centre-backs. Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes are in the middle. Ahmad on the right-hand side. No, Ahmad's the left-sided 10. And Buemo the right-sided 10. And then... I know, I'm lost. Where the fuck is Ahmad playing? You can tell I don't watch Man United often. Yeah, Ahmad as the right wing back. Dalot, they've got Dalot as the third centre back. Wow, yeah, that could be right, you know. And Delit. No, I don't. I don't think this will be the team. Sofa score. I've got Delit, Maguire, and Dalot as the three centre backs. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think Dalot is going to play left-sided wing back. Delit will go across as the right-sided centre back. Maguire in the middle. Shaw as the left-sided centre back, with Dalot the left-sided wing back. And what that will allow is they've got extra protection for Mohamed Salah. I think that's going to be the case. Shaw will be left-sided centre back. Yeah, that's exactly how I saw it as well. Okay, people, let's leave it there. It's 3:30 now. It looks like Ben is stuck in traffic. He's 45 minutes away, but we go live at 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock, people. There's still 200 people in the chat. Please follow us, subscribe to the channel, and we will be back just before 4 o'clock for the live watch along, where I'm relaxed at the moment, but I will be a lot different when it comes to the kickoff. It's always different, isn't it? It's always different when you play this combo. Until then, we shall see you on within 40 minutes or so. But if you haven't subscribed, please smash that subscribe button. Now, we don't say it enough, but you just don't know how much it helps us. It's if you subscribe to like the stream, it gets us out. It just starts activating the whole algorithm side of things. But as ever, thank you so much for joining me on this one, and we'll see you very, very shortly. Take care, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.